The next dish I'm going to be preparing with chicken is going to be a classic Parmesan chicken with a side of Hasselback potatoes. I've got my chicken breast here, lovely size, skin on, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the skin and use the skin for a further recipe. First of all, I'll show you the ingredients that I'm working with. Nice and simple. We've got about 100 grams of panko breadcrumbs, 50 grams of good quality Parmesan cheese, fresh mozzarella. For our sauce, a good quality tin tomatoes, some dried oregano and basil, 1 large onion and 2 cloves of minced garlic. To start off, I'm going to work on my potatoes. Now, Hasselback potatoes, it's a good side dish to have. They're a cross between like a baked potato, almost kind of chips when they're sliced. So first of all, we're going to take potatoes in half. Now there's a couple of wee tricks you can use. You can even buy a wee tool that you set the potato on, slice into little fans, and the knife doesn't go through and you don't cut the potato in half. Or there's a wee trick with wooden spoons. We're just going to use good quality knife skills today. So in with a knife, a nice sharp knife. We want to start fanning the potato. We want to take it down to about 5 mil from the base of the potato. You can see now it's starting to fan. I mean, if we did go through the potato by mistake, it's not the end of the world. We could still use the potato. I don't really want to be getting stressed over silly little things. You can use really any potato you want for this. It's up to yourselves. And I want to leave the skins on. They're kind of like different recipes, but I just want to leave the skin on this for even more flavour. So at the end of the day, that's what it's all about, is the flavour. And looking nice as well, obviously. Just be careful with the end pieces here. And there we have it. We have our fanned potato. Okay. Now I'm going to continue this until I've used up all my potatoes. Now that's all the potatoes, all nicely fanned. Next, I'm just going to pop them into my roasting tray. Now again, these potatoes can actually be prepared in the morning, as long as you just soak them in a bit of cold water. So it'll save you some time. Next, I just want, firstly, a drizzle of oil. Just a small little drizzle, followed by a good drizzle of melted butter. And what it is, I'm just going to toast the potatoes. Make sure they're all nicely coated in the oil and butter. Right. Followed by a good few twists of cracked black pepper and just some freshly ground salt. At this stage, I just want to add a little bit of dried rosemary, just a little sprinkle on there. I don't want too much in there, otherwise it just becomes a bit too medicinal. Now, at this stage, it can go into the oven, but I want to take it to another wee level. I'm going to add just a little bit of chicken stock. This is optional, but we're talking about flavour here, and I just want to put about 1 centimetre into the bottom of our roasting tray. So that's going to mix in with all the butter, the oil and the seasoning. Then it almost becomes like a fondant potato, Now fondant potato is just a potato which is basically cooked in stock in the oven, and the word fondant just means melt. So you can imagine what they're going to be like at the end of roasting. So into a hot oven, 220 degrees for about 40 minutes. Now for the chicken. We've got a lovely big chicken supremes here, but we're going to have to remove the skin. Now I've had a wee idea, because I like coming up with new sort of quirky things, and even though we can't use the skin in this dish, I'm going to use it in another dish. What I'll do is, even the skins, I can freeze them and utilise them in other dishes. So we'll just remove that, tidy up any pieces. So I'll do that again just so you can see how easy the skin comes away. Now if we're going to fry this, I'd obviously fry it with the skin on for another dish. I've got no qualms in keeping the skin on. I actually see it as a little treat. Trim any little bits off. Okay, for the next part of the chicken, even though we've got a nice sized supreme here just now, we want to cook it nice and quick. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to butterfly the supreme and get it nice and flat. So we're going to take our knife, a nice sharp knife, and we're going to go in to the side of our chicken. So very carefully, just give it a wee nudge, a wee slice here and there, and you can see obviously why it means the term butterfly. It just opens it up like that. And the next one again, so down the side. A sharp knife is essential for this, and I would even recommend buying maybe a sharpening stone so you can keep your knives nice and sharp. And then we have it. Okay. Now the next stage, I'm going to take some cling film. Even though they're quite flat at the moment, if you don't have cling film, you can use some parchment paper or greaseproof. We're going to sit our chicken on top of the cling film. Bearing in mind we are working with raw chicken and the way I'm handling this cling film, so what I'll do is, once I'm finished, I'll just take a quick roll off the cling film. So, with a rolling pin or a frying pan, what we want to do is we just want to give it a firm tap. There we have it. Remove the cling film. And there we have, you can see how it's just opened up even more, and we've got even what looks like a bigger portion of chicken. Now ready for the crumb. So about 15 minutes into cooking, I'm just going to take some of our chickeny buttery juice and we're going to baste the potatoes with it. You can see they're already starting to open and fan out, so we want to get as much of this flavour in there as possible. And at the same time, they're soaking up that chicken stock. There we have it. And back into the oven. And we'll just repeat that every 10, 15 or so minutes. So now our chicken is good to go. I'm going to just give it a light seasoning. Just a little salt. But bearing in mind we've got the Parmesan in the crumb as well. And a good few turns of black pepper. Now, simple stages. First, our flour. We've seasoned the chicken, not the flour. That's important. You're just going to waste the flavour in the flour otherwise. So, nice even coat of flour. Give it a shake off. A couple of eggs, just lightly beaten. Again, shake off the excess. And then into our crumb. And just press the chicken down into the crumb so we attach it even more to the chicken. And there we have a Parmesan coated chicken. Good to start frying. Now for the tomato sauce. This is a very simple, basic but fantastic tomato sauce. What we're going to start off with is about a tablespoon of olive oil. For that, our large onion. We don't want any colour in the onion. We just want to sweat it off. Again, just a couple of turns or so of salt. That'll just help the sweating process. To that, our 2 cloves of minced garlic. Followed by our tin of good quality chopped tomatoes. Our basil and oregano. Now, as it is, we've got plenty of flavour in there just now, but I'm just going to turn it down to a gentle simmer for about 10 minutes. Pop the lid on, and then what we'll do is we'll check for the seasoning. Are the tomatoes sweet enough? If not, we'll just tweak it a wee bit. Are they too sweet? Maybe add just a tiny splash of cider vinegar. But we'll leave that for about 10 minutes. So now we'll just check our sauce. That's come down nicely. You can see it's a bit thicker now. So we'll just check it for seasoning. Yeah, it needs just a touch, maybe half a teaspoon of sugar, and some cracked black pepper. And that is our tomato sauce, which we'll set aside and start frying our chicken. Right, for our chicken, we want a medium to hot pan, and we just want to put our oil into the pan. I want to cover the base of the pan for this, so if we've got any dry patches in the pan, what will happen is the parts that are in the oil will get a nice golden colour. The parts that are directly touching the pan will just burn. So I'm just going to just pop that heat up. So a medium to high heat. We'll take our chicken. Take the chicken off the pan. Into our oil. And now it's starting to sizzle. Now you can see the size of the chicken, the way we've cut it. It even looks bigger than when we had it as the Supreme itself. It's almost like a show-stopping meal itself. A cracking recipe for entertaining, where your guests will be like, wow, look at the size of this chicken. When in reality, it is actually just one breast. So that's going to take about 3 to 4 minutes on this side, and then we'll turn it over. So now we're just going to have a wee look at the chicken. We've had about 4 minutes on there, lovely and golden. So again, very carefully, we're going to just take our chicken, turn it away from us. So if any fat does come out of the pan, it's going to go against the wall. So a further 3 to 4 minutes, and then our chicken is ready. Now our chicken is evenly cooked. It's time to add our tomato sauce. You can see how rustic the sauce is, but it's packed. Even though we've kept the ingredients nice and simple, it's packed with so much flavour. And we just want to put a little mound on our chicken. We want to keep about 1 inch of the edge free, so we want to showcase that chicken. Leftover sauce can be used for another dish or even frozen. We'll take our mozzarella now, and we just want to take nice thin slices. We want to just slightly overlap. And just pop it back into the oven for a couple of minutes. So there we have our Parmesan chicken, just come out of the oven. Mozzarella's just nice and melted. No Hasselback potatoes. I've opened up nicely. You can see the fanning in it. And now just to plate up. There we have it. Simple Parmesan chicken with Hasselback potatoes. Enjoy.